I'm Rabbi Dr. Reb Mimi Feigelson, and I want to introduce you to one of the most important men in my life, the Mei Ha'Shiloach. And hopefully you will fall in love with him the way I have. He keeps me alive, he keeps me sane, and he keeps me within a relationship with God. Which for Mei Ha'Shiloach. His name was Mordechai Yosef Leiner of Ishbitza. He lived in Poland in the first half of the 19th century, 1800 to 1854. He's known to be the student of a very famous Hasidic master, the Kotzker Rebbe, and really portrays a very unique dynasty within the Hasidic world in which there was a break from the adoration of the Hasidic master, the Tzaddik, and return to one's individual service of God and connection to God. His teachings are very controversial because of the way he brings in the personal relationship with God and the continuous element of revelation. Hidgalut, revelation, wasn't something that only happened at Matan Torah, at Sinai, but actually a question that is to be negotiated on a daily basis. Every day, what is it that God is asking of me? What is it that life is asking of me? And in this intersection between the divine, the human being, and the experience of life, how do we actually manifest and how do we actually function? We think that these books in this room have all the answers. That's how we were taught, that having a relationship with God offers you answers. And being able to master this library offers you answers. And really for the Mei Ha'Shiloach, for the Ishbitzer Rebbe, because he comes from the town of Ishbitza, Hasidic masters, they often lost their name. Either they were known by the name of their book, the Mei Ha'Shiloach, the Waters of Shiloach, which we could actually go and see, which he never saw. Or they're named by the town that they come from, hence the Ishbitzer Rebbe. His mother didn't call him the Ishbitzer Rebbe. His students didn't call him the Ishbitzer Rebbe or the Mei Ha'Shiloach. We think that we have answers. And really for the Mei Ha'Shiloach, what we have in life are questions. We wake up with questions. And it's a question really of whether we see at the end of a sentence an exclamation point or we see a question mark. I want to give you a short and sweet taste, really going back to the moment of creation. On the pasuk, Vayomer Elohim na'aseh Adam, God says, we will create a person. And the commentaries all ask why the pasuk says na'aseh in the plural, we will make, versus e'aseh. God didn't consult, it appears to be in the pshat, in the little understanding of the teachings, God didn't consult with us, but nonetheless na'aseh in the plural. And the Gemara actually tells us that God did, he consulted with all the elements of the world. And this is how the Mei Ha'Shiloach, the Ishbitzer Rebbe, understands this. Quoting first the Gemara, Nimlach bechol habruim, ki kol habruim nifradim ve'enam nichlalim ze bazeh. First he consulted with all creation. Because each creature, first every element of creation is separate and unique and individual. They weren't blended together, they weren't meshed together, they weren't in dialogue with each other. Ve'lachen en bahem sachar ve'onesh, ki en lehem koach bchira. Because they were unique, they had only one task in the world to do. They had no choice. They had no free will. They could only do what they were meant to do. Okay, imagine we woke up in the morning and we knew exactly what we were meant to do today. And we actually went around our business doing exactly what we were meant to do. How much quiet in our minds? How much silence of that internal discourse of who are we, what are we meant to be doing, what is our life about, what was this encounter, why was this meeting, who walked on the street 2 minutes before me that I was supposed to meet and I didn't meet, why did this happen, why did this person just cut me off here? Imagine. So much more quiet in our minds. Aval ha'adam chotam habriya. We are the pinnacle of creation. And what does that mean? No, lo nitan koach kol habruim litapech פעם לכוח זה ופעם לכוח זה. לכן נמצא בו עונש וגמול. We were merited, blessed, sometimes challenged, with the gift of being able to incorporate in our being all elements of creation. And we have a choice. What are we going to do? When we bring these powers together, we have the ability to choose. How are we going to actualize them in our life? Are we going to make an atom bomb? Or are we going to create a vaccine? Or medicine? Or electricity? What are we going to do with the powers, with the wisdom that we've acquired in our life? That's the ultimate question. So therefore, sometimes reward, sometimes yes, we will be punished. That is also true. Gmul v'sachar ve'onish. I can't even say onish. I say gmul v'sachar, reward and reward. Therefore, God had to consult all of creation. Because until man was created, until human race was created, a cow woke up in the morning and knew it was going to live its life as a cow. And a bee woke up in the morning and she knew she was going to live her life as a bee. And an apple tree was going to be an apple tree, and a peach tree was going to be a peach tree. And all of a sudden now, we eat. What do we do with the strength that we've now inserted into our bodies? This energy that we've received from that piece of fruit, that vegetable. What are we going to do with it now? As a tree, it was complete and total and whole. Now that we've incorporated it into our essence and into our being, we have a choice what we're going to do with that energy. And therefore, they needed to be asked, are you willing to become part of this amazing story? Are you willing to risk not knowing? Are you willing to risk becoming part of a human being that may use your energy for destruction, not only for building of the world? And God says, Na'aseh Adam, consulting, in the plural, consulting with each and every element of creation, asking, are you willing to enter into the unknown? Are you willing to enter into the realm of doubt? Are you willing to surrender your certainty for the sake of being part of something so much greater than you? That's the question. And the Mei Ha'Shiloach in his form doesn't offer answers, only questions, because he ends this by saying, a core element in his teachings, the realm of doubt and the function of doubt in our service of God. Not clarity, but doubt. Lest they actually are compromised by becoming one with this endeavor. And therefore, some said, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to make this happen. I don't know what's going to happen, right? For those who weren't born in this country and chose to live their life here, right? We came. Who knew? I mean, thank God my parents brought me as a child, so I grew up here. I grew up within a realm of no choice, and thank God for that. But those who made a choice to come to be in Yerushalayim, what did we know? What was going to happen? What our lives was going to be like? That's the question. Free will gives us the power, seemingly, to make choices in our life, to be masters of our life. Determinism, a sense of certainty, of clarity. How do we make those choices in our life? And do we want to align ourselves with one of these trajectories of the way we live our lives and function in the world? We will look at the question of bchira, we'll look at the question of choice, of free will, of determinism, his understanding of the realm of prayer, therefore. I want to say he's one of the few Hasidic masters that actually deals with the element of anger. And does anger incorporate life? Is anger cut us off from life? These are some of the issues. On a weekly basis, I will bring sources. We will look at different sources based on the different topics that we will look at. I'll always bring the teaching as it appears in the original Xeroxes from this book, and then always we will read together, we will translate, we will be in conversation, we'll be in process and in journey and in dilemma and in questioning. The Mei Ha'Shiloach, you can see, only questions, never answers. And I always say that our questions are what we share. Our answers are what separate us. So we have an opportunity to actually come together and sit in our questions and share the not knowing and try to unfold and unpack a possible direction to walk with together. Thank you.